Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we need to be thinking a bit about our succession. This is looking, grim, shall we say. So we're gonna need to do something about that. We are, of course, 49 and in poor health, so we need to get this done sooner rather than later. For now, let's go ahead and begin disinheriting some of these sons. We need to not disinherit this guy, of course, because he is going to expand the realm. Now, this is going to cost us a good amount of prestige, which is unfortunate, but we have to do this 4 times. It's quite a bit of prestige, for sure. We'll disinherit these kids, and that'll be absolutely fine. Essentially, we're just creating a primogeniture, like, artificially. That's pretty much what we've got going on here. Of course, we've lined up an inheritance on Polania here, and that'll be absolutely fine. Now, East Francia. This is interesting. This is very interesting. There's no way that we can do any of this, right? But we might be able to kidnap this kid. Now, he's probably going to have children, and this guy would then be out of the line of succession. But that is something to think about. It's not really a super high priority right now. As far as Alba goes, his brother is the current heir. Interesting. There's no way that they're going to let us matrilineally marry. Yeah, that ain't happening. However, we'll keep an eye on this situation. This isn't something that we're interested in interfering with right now, but it might be something we're interested in a little bit later on. So we're keeping an eye on that, and for the time being, Casus Belli is going to be finishing up here in 3 years. That's not bad. We really want to get that done so that we can actually declare CB Wars. Or rather, so we can declare de jure wars. And then we'll get back to working on battlements, burrs, manorialism. That's not necessarily that order. Probably battlements, manorialism, burrs, actually. So that'll be interesting for sure. We're going to go up digging for dirt because we are working down towards kidnapper. So that is fantastic. We can declare war on this guy. I mean, obviously, we're not allowed to declare this war. I'm just interested in these claims, right? So, actually, could we declare this war? We could. We could declare this war. I'm not sure why. Okay, he's up here. Sure, I guess he's in our realm. So we could declare this war. He would not become our vassal, I'm pretty sure. If he did, we would have to grant him independence. So that war is possible to be declared under our rule set. We're not going to do it at this time. I don't think there's a huge reason to. This situation over here, I would love to have an opportunity to take this. I mean, we could push this guy's claim here. And would this guy become independent? No, this would go into our realm. So we actually would not be allowed to push this claim. He could push it himself, but we can't push that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. No real concern there. We're going to bump up to speed 4 because, I mean, there's a lot of nothing that happens in this sort of game. So we're just going to bump up to speed 4 to cruise through the nothing a little bit faster. We are interested in working up our prestige a little bit further. We are above our domain limit, which I would like to solve. Our lover has been day drinking. We could gain 12 dread and imprison her, and sure, we'll go ahead and do that. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong indeed? We may as well go ahead and hold court. We'll hear our petitioners. There will be 3 of them, as there usually are. A new arrival to my court today is one Ingolfer, an envoy from my acquaintance, King Balder of Alba. So we were looking at potentially taking over Alba. We'll get there eventually. Emperor Faustia, it has come to the attention of my liege that you're harboring an individual of particular interest. Pogni has legitimate claim to the kingdom of Alba. King Balder requests and demands the return of this errant subject of his. I send Ingolfer out of the room whilst my council deliberates. What should we do? So, we have a claim on this guy that we would be able to press. We don't have a CB, so who is this? Oh, he's our guest. Okay, so we'd probably have to invite him to the court. Who is Bragi? It's Ingolfer. We could refuse it. Bragi, our son. Hang on. So we're trying to disguise this guy, this 4-year-old child, as this 41-year-old man with a magnificent flowing beard. That's going to go great. I think we're not going to do that. We're just going to refuse it. Okay. Count Maki and Count Scully march to my throne, their discontent clear. Maki flares up. My lord, I seek the sensible peasant Aferhildur as my woman. Her dancing is talked of across all of Scandinavia. Okay, so they're fighting over a concubine. I don't have time for this. I really don't care. Mayor Starkather approaches me with a straighter posture than usual and visibly eager about what he has to say. My liege, the people in your realm need the occasional joyous gathering where they can forget their stresses. I would gladly finance a feast, even if held under your name, as it's for the good of the Scandinavia. The Scandinavia, okay. Though I would duly expect a favor in recompense. I mean, he's only a mayor. And we are going to hold a feast. Do it. Okay, fantastic. My business here is done. Okay. So we're no longer lovers. Because we locked her up in prison. Oh no. So, this guy is deeply upset because we didn't return the courtier. Sure. Sure. That's fair enough. I'm deeply upset, Emperor Foski, by your intransigence in not acquiescing to my reasonable request, as conveyed to you by my envoy Ingolfer. Returning Hogni to me was hardly an irrational demand, and yet you proved yourself to be more reckless and spiteful than wise. Empire of Scandinavia is surely doomed to an ignominious end with such worthy fools as yourself on the throne. One can only hope that your successor does not take after you. So, he's upsetty in his spaghetti, and that's fine. We don't actually care. So, where is that guest at? This guy. So, he has a kingdom claim. Interesting. What if we paid to employ him? So he's now a member of our court. And then we matrilineally married him to our daughter. So the children will be born into House Stenbock. And we send that proposal. And they're now matrilineally married. And then we press his claim for the Kingdom of Alba. Now, this will not put it into our realm. No, it would. He would become our vassal. We would be required to make them independent after this, based on the rules that we set forth. Which is fair enough, because the only thing that I wanted to do was to get a member of our house on that throne. I didn't actually want to annex this. Although, yeah, I don't think it's allowed that he would become our vassal. And I didn't expect him to. But he will become our vassal, so we will have to grant him independence if we declare this. Well, which we're going to do. We're going to declare this. And we're going to go to war with Scotland here. Let's go ahead and raise up some troops up here. And how many troops does he have? Like 5k? Okay, that's not very threatening at all. We'll raise up our men-at-arms and a few troops. Fantastic. And we should bump down to speed 3 since we're going to be at war. We're going to stop gathering these guys. That's plenty. And we're done gathering entirely. So we're going to just head on in for the moment. So yeah, we're going to be required to grant this guy independence, but this is eventually going to result in our house being on this throne. It will not be within our realm. But it will put our house on the throne. And maybe that's all that matters. So we're going to siege this down. Oh, he's actually going to attack us here, and he would actually end up winning this. We could potentially back off. Battle in 10 days. We would leave in 23. Okay, so let's see. That's his full army, correct? Or very close to it. We could bring in reinforcements from across the strait. We could also see about potentially getting a better leader here, although these guys are all occupied. Okay. More men-at-arms counter, really? I wouldn't have expected that. I'm not sure that's true. I think we outnumber his men-at-arms and counter them. Okay, well, we're going to raise up additional troops back here, just in case. And we'll start heading on in as soon as we're ready. Yeah, we are starting to lose this, but we're going to need to raise up. This is enough. We're going to head on in. When do we arrive here? We arrive in 16 days. That's quite a long time. We're locked in right now. And we arrived just in time, but we're still losing this. Okay, so what does he have here? He has Huskarls. Let's see. Countering Vigman and Varangian veterans. Oh, okay. So the Jomsviking pirates counter our Varangian veterans. That'll do it. So these are skirmishers. Okay. Our Vigman should counter those. But I guess we just have insufficient numbers. Well, we brought in reinforcements here. And we're doing a lot of damage to his troops. But we're definitely losing this battle. And we're just going to go ahead and retreat back over here. Our brother died. Where is this retreat going? That's a really awkward retreat. Okay, we're retreating to Ireland over here. I wanted them to retreat up over here. Wait, he's sieging here? Well, first off, this is a mercenary band, and that explains some of this. Fascinating. So we need a new spy master, and it'll be this guy. We're going to finish up our retreat here, and we also lost our leader in that battle, which is another big part of why we ended up losing it. But ultimately, I'm not too concerned about this. They took ridiculous losses, and we kind of didn't. And he's also in another person's claim on the kingdom. Okay, so we're going to need to deal with that for sure. We're going to group up over here in this neutral territory. And we're going to try to put in a better commander. We could recruit this guy. And let's go ahead and do that, actually. So we'll put this guy in here. And that would probably end up losing, because it would be recently disembarked. For now, we're going to head down over this way. And we're going to work on doing a little bit of reinforcement here. Now, they're taking attrition up here. That's awkward. So we have to go up here and siege. That is our current required thing to do. This siege doesn't actually matter for us, though, because that's in the other war. Would we win this battle? We would. But we would also take attrition, which I don't want to do at this moment. So I think this is overall fine. We're going to head up over here, and we're going to see what he ends up doing. Now, he's probably going to come in to attempt to hit us in these hills when he has the defensive bonus because we're sieging. So that's what I'm expecting him to do. But does he have the troops to actually pull this off? We'll find out. He'll pop in here soon. We're going to have this siege done very quickly. And once this is sieged, that opens up basically all of Scotland for us. Oh, he's sieging here. He must be sieging here. There's nowhere else he could be based on fog. Unless he were to embark up over here, I don't know why he'd do that. That'd be a weird thing to do. we're going to head on in over this way, now that we got this cap. Yes, we're at minus 22% from battles. We will get that back. That was mostly just awkward situations there. Oh, I did not see all of these guys. Okay, so that's a lot of troops. And we're going to retreat. Sure. We're going to retreat up over to Orkney, and that'll get us some vision on what's going on up this way, I guess. So we'll find that out. Okay, so I want to take a look at his situation in this war. Oof, minus 65%. Air captured, friendly capital occupied. So we actually need to raise up all troops at this time if we're going to counter this. So we've got 25 more days here. Okay. I mean, if we lose this war, it's not actually the end of the world, but I don't think we will. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And we're going to head in down this way. We'll leave a siege force here, and then we'll come attack his force. I think that's the overall plan here. But I definitely wasn't expecting this giant enemy army. What do they actually have? What? Oh, 14,000. Okay, that makes more sense. Sure. So they're running away over here, as we would expect. We're going to get our onagers and a unit of levies here. These guys are going to head down over this way then. Actually, they're going to head over here. 2 months. Okay. 444 casualties. Yeah, we may end up being in an awkward situation here. We'll see. If we lose this war, it's not the end of the world, right? We already know that we're not going to get this territory. We can't get the territory. I mean, we're going to if we win, but we're going to have to grant them independence. So that's okay. We're going to allow this siege to finish. Of course she'll be there. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to head in over this way. Deal with this hostile army. And yeah. So I'm not sure what's about to happen to our war. Our war might go away, or we might be fighting this guy as the next guy. We're going to find out. Okay, so we need to bring in our siege force over here. A new opponent. Okay, so that was fully expected. We could end the war ourselves right now. Her allies aren't here. My goal is still the same. Okay. So we're bringing in these guys, and we're going to back off our main force for the moment. We don't have much scouting intel down over this way, but currently she has 3,500 troops. That's not very frightening. So all of her other vassals that were joined in the faction to push that, they aren't participating in this war. And that's great. We just discovered Casus Belli. That's also good. We need a siege commander here. I don't want to do this ourselves. I think that's a bad idea if we've got another siege commander. I feel like we should. We actually don't. So we'll do it ourselves. I'm not hugely happy about that. And then we're going to go back to battlements. That'll be 33 years. Sounds good. So this siege is pretty slow because of our mangonels. We definitely, or rather these onagers, yeah, these are onagers. We need to upgrade to mangonels. And of course, we are losing supplies over here. Supply limit is very low over this way, but what we can do is we can spread these out and then move like, actually, we can have like 2K here, but let's group all of these together for the moment. We're going to put all of these guys plus around this number up over here. There we go. And they will eventually reinforce. That's to be expected. And they will start draining supplies again, eventually. What we need over here is more space in our foothold. So we're actually going to also need more troops sieging. We're going to send in another levy unit. Cool. So that'll be fine for now. We'll get that underway. She's in another war? No. This is just an internal conflict that she's not part of. Got it. We need to get this siege done as quickly as we can, and that'll take another 3 months. We need to resupply, is what we really need more than anything. We can call on our ally. I don't think there's too much of a point in doing that. Actually, how powerful is our ally? This is Polania here. She's in her own war. She is attacking Poland. Wait. She's only allied. Okay. I was just like, if she's taking over Poland, that's so good for us, but she actually isn't. Okay. She's only assisting. So we're going to group back up over here. Of course, the supply limits are absolute garbage over here. So we need to group in and go clear out this castle. And over we go. We will get there eventually. We have more space over here now, so that's wonderful. We're not going to get any ticking war score until we make our way further down, of course. Okay, so we're going to fight these guys. We will win. That is absolutely fine. We're going to move in our siege force as well. They may as well come on in. We're going to take over this siege, and that's great. Okay, their forces are gone. And we're going to take our main force out over here. This will result in casualties. I'm now okay with that. And we're just working our way down towards their capital. So this siege will finish up. And then we're going to head over here and siege. And just checking in on supply limits over here. They're quite low. Like, they're incredibly low. So we're going to need to grab this force back off, and we're going to need to split up quite heavily into, like, at least 4 units. So we split these, split them again, like so. We'll send 1 unit over here, we'll send 1 unit over here, and 1 unit over here for now. Okay. We are being raided. That's to be expected. And so some of these are going to be able to replenish, and some of them are not. So we'll need to split this unit, and we're going to need to split this unit, and this unit again. Insane. We do have an intrigue perk available. We can grab Kidnapper, and we'll go ahead and do that. Supply limits here are so low. 1,000, 1,300, 1,000, 1,625. Yeah. It's incredibly low. But now we're going to be able to do some replenishment over here. And that's important. We're at 23% war score, and we're going to continue to siege for the time being. And that is just fine. We'll have that done soon enough. Nice replenishment tick there. I like it. And we're over the supply limit over here, so we're going to split them and have them come down over here. It's crazy how low the supply limits are over here right now. And they're going to attack our siege force over here. So we need to move all of our forces over and hope that we get there in time. They have decided not to do this. Okay. So we have done some replenishment. We're going to go ahead and group up now. But yeah, they decided not to come in when we responded to it. That's good for us. We don't want them to go in there. 4,000 troops attacking up over here. Now this I like. We're going to come up over this way and see about fighting those off. As long as they don't re-embark, which these guys are. We still haven't gotten a breach down here on this siege either. Not great. But this siege will wrap up soon. And we're going to defeat this force, no problem. Now we're currently at 0% from battles, so we can get quite a bit here. And it looks like they want to fight us right here. I'm okay with this. We do need a new steward, and we'll put in this gentleman. Fantastic. We're going to head down to Dunkeld as soon as we can, but there's a lot of guys, just like a lot of hostile units running around down here. We did just take her vassal hostage. Okay, that's nice. We're going to come down this way, and that got us 41% war score, actually. So we need to head up over this way along the coast. I don't like heading this direction as opposed to the capital, but we need to get down here and clear out some of these units. There's no doubt about it. So we'll siege up here in the meantime. And we'll fight whoever wins this. We're hostile to both of them. So we'll just see what happens there. There we go. And they're retreating down this way. They're going to come up this direction now. And that probably means that we have to back off on this siege. In fact, that definitely means it. We have to walk away here. And we need these troops to come over this way as soon as they're done. Any moment now, guys. There you go. Okay. So we're going to come on over this direction and see about getting ourselves some additional war score. But for now, we're going to need to deal with these guys, and it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will finish off this slightly awkward war. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.